Massive betting card for us on Saturday. Gabriel Bonfim defeats Randy Brown, and we got a couple other bets on the card. I'll break them down for you one by one. Let's start at the main event of the evening. Randy Brown's explosive, man. He whips that left hook out there. He bangs right hands. I mean, the fight played out pretty damn similar to what I thought was going to happen. You see a patient, technical Gabriel Bonfim, and what I'm saying is he actually deals with speed and power pretty well. His issue is, right, that incredibly high-level technique that Wonder Boy had, or if we go back a couple of years, a real dog who's going to make it a dog fight. That's not really what Randy Brown is. Randy Brown has high talent, high explosive ability, and Gabriel Bonfim just kind of slowed him down, shut that down. Boom, need him in the face, got it over with. A wicked performance by Gabriel Bonfim. Congratulations if you hit the free channel parlay. It was Bonfim and Jacqueline Cavalcanti, both of them dominated, really. I mean, Bonfim was in a fight. The reason why the Bonfim pick didn't make premium channel, where I give out my favorite bets, DM at MikeFinch'show if you want to get my bets for the UFC pay-per-view. Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev this Saturday. Extremely excited about that. Genuinely. Reason why I didn't make it is because Randy Brown's a tough customer, man. Randy Brown hits really hard. You could just see the quick twitch. I mean, he is special for sure. But Gabriel Bonfim, too goddamn technically sound. He looked good doing it. Big fucking victory for Gabriel Bonfim. Nice win streak now. I mean, you could put him right up in the mix. I think Gabriel Bonfim, with that knockout, let's give him a big fight. Joseph Morales gets Matt Schnell out of there via rear naked strangle. Are you surprised? Matt Schnell doesn't really win a lot of fights, Joseph Morales gets the grappling going, gets him out of there, got the takedown, and then was able to just take the neck. Or was it a guillotine? I think it was a guillotine. It was a guillotine. Guillotine choke. He makes Matt Schnell scramble and then caught the neck in the scramble. Very nice submission by him. Here's one that surprised me. Uros Medic beating Muslim Salikhov. Muslim Salikhov at 1,000 years old is pretty goddamn explosive still, but he's not as fast as Uros Medic. I mean, you could see the speed difference when they were in the cage. So beautiful, straight left hand from Uros Medic. I mean, he's not the most durable guy. Uros Medic does get finished inside the UFC. I don't think he'll ever touch that title, but he does have offense. Uros Medic, don't fuck around with him. You could see Muslim Salikhov kind of take a deep breath and be like, oh, fuck, this kid's fast. And it's the first time I've really seen Muslim Salikhov look 41, especially since that Carlos Leal knockout. I mean, he had me riding high on him. So nice job by Uros Medic. He was the favorite. He gets it done. Here's a big, big time dub. I absolutely slammed the lock of the night over in premium channel. Congratulations to anybody who bet Chris Taco Padilla over Ismael Bonfim, the lesser of the Bonfim brothers, and a man who had a terrible weight cut. How did the odds stay even after that weight cut? After the weight cut, I went on there and bet this. My pick was already Taco Padilla, and he was dog money all week. Then weigh-ins go down, and Bonfim misses weight by, 6 pounds? I could be off. A lot. And looked fucking terrible. He had to be held walking back. It was bad. He really tried to make weight. I'm like, does this guy have pneumonia? Like, what the fuck are we dealing with here? So I absolutely slammed the Chris Padilla line, gave it out on premium channel. And Chris Padilla fights a great fucking fight. He puts pressure but keeps his hands high. Lets Bonfim kind of hit a lot of elbows and fucking shoulders. And then in the second round, when Bonfim started to get a little bit tired, worn down from those leg kicks, I mean, Padilla over and over again attacking the lead leg. Padilla could just open up and put him away. It was really actually a great performance. Here's a big shout out to Taco Padilla. He got kicked in the nuts clean. It was a clean shot to the cojones. And what does he do? Does he take 5 minutes? No. Why? Analyst at home. Why didn't he take 5 minutes? You're allotted 5 when you get kicked in the balls. He pulled like almost like a Poeton, like, yo, get the fuck out of my way, ref. Why? Because he knew his opponent had a bad weight cut. He knew that an asset for him, as usually is, but especially here, was going to be his cardiovascular conditioning. He got right back in there. He sucked it up. And I mean, it literally, that was like the turning point of the fight. Taco Padilla getting kicked in the nuts and being like, no, we rolling. Let's go. Let's go. Ismael Bonfim's like, fuck. I could have used 5, bro. You know? He could have used some time. So huge, smart decision by Taco Padilla and I'm sure his team. And then he goes out there and beats the shit out of Ismael Bonfim after that nut shot. Just makes him wilt, keeps the ground and pound going, gets the referee to step in. Wicked knockout in the second round at 4:30 for Taco Padilla at even odds. Come on, guys. We robbed Vegas on this one. That was fucking fantastic. Chris Padilla gets it done. Christian Leroy Duncan beats Marco Tulio. I was driving my car home from the gym and I'm thinking about this fight and I'm thinking about how many times have I gone, man, this is an interesting dog. You know, I would never bet on the favorite here. I mean, I told you guys on my show, I like Marco Tulio, but I'm like Christian Leroy Duncan. You got him at whatever, 2-1, 2.5-1. I'm like, he is very good. I would not be betting Tulio at these odds. A lot of times that's a sign to go for the dog. And that's what I was thinking in my fucking car. I'm like, should I? I'm like, no, I believe in Tulio striking. Duncan's a dog. I mean, CLD is a dog. I love the speech at the post-fight press conference, him talking about his mama and how much he loves his mama. And now he's doing it for moms, you know, getting mama a crib or whatever, getting her, you know, living good. Congratulations to Christian Leroy Duncan, man. He absolutely earned it. He was in a fight for sure. Him and Tullio were going at it. You know, clinch work. Tullio was getting some good shots in the clinch, but Leroy Duncan just stayed switched on, eventually hurt him. And when he had him rocked, it was a spinning back fist. He clipped him with the spinning back fist where Tullio had his hand up, but not to his face. You know, if you're blocking, you got to be here because it's such a small glove. Right, you could just find that anywhere, and he had that forearm too wide out. Boom, catches him in the face. He's rocked. He stays on his feet to exchange, and Leroy Duncan just comes in there with a cross. Bam, puts him down, puts him out. No ground and pound necessary. Wicked knockout, and Tullio gets carried out of there by his girlfriend. Yeah. Wicked performance, wicked knockout, really, for Christian Leroy Duncan, because it was a fight up until the knockout. Big performance. He comes through as an underdog. Congrats if anybody touched that one. Jamall Emmers, another dog who won, beating Hyder Amil. You know, Hyder Amil has a nice blitz, but Jamall Emmers was able to beat him in the clinch, be an MMA fighter. Good decision victory for Jamall Emmers. Raoni Barcelos decisions Ricky Simone. I had people asking me like, Finch, like, you're not betting, you know, they saw the premium channel bets. Dude, you're not betting Ricky Simone. Why aren't you betting? I'm on Ricky Simone. Why aren't you on Ricky Simone? It's because of Raoni Barcelos. Raoni Barcelos, you know, Ricky Simone chin tucked, kind of likes to bomb a little bit. Raoni Barcelos even got deeper than him. He likes to get down there too. So you saw, you know, Ricky Simone's like, all right, jump flying knee. He's like in the first round, he's trying to figure out what the fuck can I hit this guy with, an uppercut? And I think he did find him with an uppercut or two, but Raoni Barcelos staying down there avoided a lot of the big shots, a lot of the, you know, best combinations that are looping from Ricky Simone. He's got a big overhand right himself, Mr. Barcelos, and the wrestling coming into play, you know, hit a couple takedowns that made a difference, kind of would, you know, check Ricky Simone a little bit. And, you know, Ricky Simone, cardio machine for sure, but just was not able to. He was in a strange matchup with Raoni Barcelos. Ricky Simone's good at pushing you back if you stand up tall and, you know, if you like to hang out on the fence a little too long, Ricky Simone will cook you. That is not Raoni Barcelos. Raoni Barcelos, slight wrestling edge, very experienced wrestler, and, you know, an older guy for the lighter divisions, but he gets it done via decision with gray fucking hair. He beats blonde Ricky Simone. Props to him. Jacqueline Cavalcanti dominates Mayra Bueno Silva. Did I tell you? Okay. I don't put a girl in 2 parlays because I'm fucking around. Okay. We're serious over here. Jacqueline Cavalcanti looked good. Mayra Bueno Silva did not. You know, she looks washed, guys. She looks washed. Got a text message Got a text message like, bro, I don't know about your parlay. You know, I'm gonna, you know, I'm on Mayra Bueno Silva and I'm on Randy Brown. Listen, folks, Mayra Bueno Silva is small for the weight class. Jacqueline Cavalcanti is big, so she even got bullied in the clinch. The striking's a mismatch. It was just not the matchup for Mayra Bueno Silva. Jacqueline Cavalcanti's on one right now. Easy 30-27. Josh Hokit knocks out Max Gimenis. He just had to defend one takedown. You know, Max Gimenis is good at jiu-jitsu, but not a great athlete. He's a big guy, but not really a lot of power in his hands. And Josh Hokit just had to hawk those overhand rights. He missed one. He missed another one. He missed another one. He defends a takedown. Boom, he lands one. He stayed in close. You saw he wanted to be in that closer range. So, hey, he looked good. He's up to 7-0 now. You got to give respect where it's due. The dude's a wrestler with an overhand. We've seen plenty of these in MMA, right? He gets on the microphone and he does a Chael Sonnen impression, but not quite. It's like 50-50. He's like, he's half there, half not. Like, you can't do some Chael Sonnen lines and then some your lines, Josh. You gotta go full Chael. If I beat you, you leave the division. If you beat me, I will leave the UFC forever. That's how you fucking do it, Josh. You don't drop some fucking, what were the lines he was saying? The biggest arms and the biggest charm. That's Chael, bro. And if you're going to do Chael, do Chael. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to do Chael, do the full Chael. Don't like mix some Chael lines in there. Now you just look like you're plagiarizing. What are we doing? What are we doing here, Josh? Cutting WWE promos. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Even they don't steal from Uncle Chael. He calls out Big Walker, Walter, the leg collector Walker. I think Walter Walker beats his ass. I think that's a crazy call out. But hey, you know, he storms onto the scene with a finish on Dana White's Contender Series. He gets the UFC contract. He gets a first-round knockout. Fuck it. You want to get thrown into the deep end? I'd love to see if you could swim. That's a cool fight. Josh Hokit versus Walter Walker. I'm in. Sign me up. Run it. Walter Walker heel hook. Denise Gomes beats Tisha Pennington via decision. Nothing too surprising there. Daniel Marcos strangles Miles Johns. Daniel Marcos, the original lock of the night. And then when we had Adrian Yanez drop out of the parlay, I actually switched Marcos to the parlay because he kept getting wider. So a lot of people bet him straight in premium channel. You won money. If you bet him in the parlay, he was actually plus 119 with Jacqueline Cavalcanti. They both dominate. Just a wicked performance by Daniel Marcos. Gets the back of Miles Johns and strangles Miles. Very, very nice. Daniel Marcos can wrestle with Miles Johns. He can out kickbox him, and he's got better jiu-jitsu. Lock. Come on. Gets it done. Beautiful, beautiful work. And then Zach Reese strangles Jackson McVey. He was actually kind of getting busted up in a clinch. If you guys look at that clinch, he was getting fucking elbowed again and hit with some hooks, is bleeding all over the place. But eventually he gets the takedown. You know, I think he got one at the end of the first, but in the second round, he gets the takedown, gets the strangle. Solid work from Mr. Reese. Nice victory for him on that short of notice. You got to respect it. You know? All right. UFC pay-per-view going down. It's UFC 322. Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev. I will be breaking down that fight individually and then giving you guys my 5 most confident predictions tomorrow night on the Tube of the U. I appreciate you guys being here as always. Until next time, it's peace and love.